Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine message from Spirit. Today we are recapping for the Tea+Tarot Tuesday sneak peek that we had over the weekend. But this is going to publish the day after our Tea+Tarot Tuesday episode on Wednesday. So if you're joining as we do our recap today, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you're joining when this goes public, thank you for being here. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So you can kind of see our shadows here because of the lighting, since it is so dark this morning. It was actually really cool when I was coming downstairs and I opened up the window to just peek my head outside and let my cat out on the balcony. The moon was crescent and it was so bright, a bright crescent moon up against the dark night. And I just heard, as I was writing my gratitudes and trying to capture my dream just now, I was listening to Alan Stone. His song came on my Spotify, Love Where You're At. And I just heard, it's always darkest before the dawn. So for those who need to hear it, especially during the intensity of these eclipse season and the new moon coming in tomorrow, which is going to definitely, it's bringing up a lot of emotions and energies in our strongest relationships, in our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with our partners, our parents, our friends. And it's really making us have to reflect on, the equality in it, what's fair, what's balanced, what's out of balance. And a lot of it has to do, as you can see here, with the we'll get into the cards because this is what the Tea+Tarot was really about for the new moon energies. It's very much about, the feminine standing in her self-reflection and growth and spiritual connection and integrating the light and the shadow within herself. And very much about the masculine here, learning how to love, seeking counsel and asking for help and trying to figure out how to go about his emotions and sharing his emotions and rejuvenating this divine love in a different way. So let's go on into it so that I can tap more. But as you can see, that's very much what this new moon is about in ours. So if you're feeling a lot of heaviness, a lot of weight on your heart, just know that you're not alone, and know that this is a very, very intense new moon, and it's also conjunct with Black Moon Lilith. So not surprising that we have the moon down here for the feminine, along with the High Priestess. So the first card that came out was for the feminine. It was the Knight of Pentacles. So this has been a long journey for the feminine, and the journey of self-reflection, the journey of learning how to be of substance, how to offer something of substance, the journey of loyalty, the journey of self-conviction, the journey of coming into her own mastery, high priestess, wisdom, radically accepting all that she's gone through, the emotional turmoil she's faced, the relationships that failed, and the lessons that were learned, so that she can grow in wisdom, so that she can be at a place where she now can offer something of substance, something, the Knight of Pentacles may be the slowest knight in the deck, but it shows up eventually. Taurus energy, slow and steady wins the race. Eventually it shows up, and when it does, it finally has, it's loyal, it's committed, it stays, it sticks. And the T formations that I put here on the Knight of Pentacles is my favorite. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished, by Lao Tzu. And the plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision. And I actually feel like I want to put that on the High Priestess, because that's very much High Priestess energy. The plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision. Now, if you are new joining, my T formations are the little positive T's from my T for Tea and Tarot, because I do have my FemRems tea apothecary, where I do hand make my own fruit infused herbal tea. But I love how these positive little tea remarks always coincide with our messages. And so maybe some of you in the High Priestess talking about the plants, maybe some of you have a garden, and that has helped you shift your perspective on life, right? To transform our limited vision. Why? Because plants do not rush. Exactly why it says nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Plants do not rush. Our limited vision is of immediate gratification, right? We want it now. But plants, they just follow divine timing without any kind of worry. If we just follow that. What I love that came here as well is the Lovers card to clarify. The Lovers and the Moon card came out together to clarify. Sorry for the glare. The High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles. And this Lovers card is so beautiful as she reflects in the mirror. And you can see, if you can see, based off of this glare, and you can see that she is looking at herself in the mirror, because love, divine love, is seeing that everyone is a mirror to you. Everyone is a reflection to you, and even everything in our external is a reflection to our energy that we put out. But I see here that the feminine is really listening to her intuition, her emotional needs. That's what the moon card's about, right? It's about your emotions. Really like over this glare. It's about your emotions. If you know what your moon sign is, that can help you with meeting your emotional needs because that moon sign in your natal chart is what will lead you and explain why your needs are met or are not met based on the energy of that sign. I'm hearing that the feminine is looking and reflecting on where her emotional needs have been met during this new moon and where they have not. And since Libra is about relationships and collaboration and friendships and partnerships, I'm seeing where that she's seeing that, and where has she been a good partner? Where has she not been a good partner? Where has she allowed her partnerships to treat her out of balance or to be out of balance? And that's the awakening of the distortion between the masculine and feminine energy. And that's not fun to have to break free from. And that's why it can feel like a lot of pressure and a lot of anxiety if you're feeling that, because it's our ego having to break, because it's our ego breaking. So the T formation for the Lovers card came. Smiling is the most basic kind of peace work. Look into your mirror and just smile at who you are. Even if you have to fake it a little, just give yourself, just force a little smile. It can shift your entire trajectory of energy. And beauty is not caused, it is, by Emily Dickinson. Some of these have the authors on it, but some of them don't. Beauty is not caused, it is. You see how she's got the rose garden behind her as well. There's nothing you need to do, feminine. Just be. The only thing you need to do is be. Because the reason why the title of Tea+Tarot Tuesday is While You Are Waiting, God is Working. God, Source, Divine, Creator, whatever word you want to use, is working behind the scenes. That's why it's taken a while for you to get to this place of wisdom, of clarity, of balance, where you can show up loving yourself. I'm also hearing with the with the Lovers card with the this rainbow over her. Rainbows resemble miracles, but also with the two doves, white doves of purity. This is a purification moment. This is a purification time for the feminine. And we all carry feminine energy within us. So I know I say his and hers pronouns for feminine and masculine, but that's just for the sake of ease. So take it as it resonates for you, as we all have the feminine and masculine energy within us. The feminine energy is our non-physical, right? It's our thought, our conception, the ideas, the dreams, the beliefs. The masculine is what brings it into the physical, the action. So I'm hearing on our non-physical feminine standpoint, we're learning how to be proud of who we are. And you see, she's got this little thing, this little pin that says, "Love is love." You know, she is loving where she's at. Like Alan Stone was just singing, love where you're at, love who you are. Also, this Black Moon conjunction, Black Moon Lilith in conjunction with this new moon in Libra is also very much around the feminine sexuality that has been oppressed, that has not been allowed to truly express itself in its full senses. You know, again, that is part of the feminine energy, is her sensuality, all of the five senses. And so I'm hearing that this is also a time where the feminine is starting to tap into her sexuality with pride. Maybe there's some exploration that the feminine, some of the feminine, again, it may only resonate with a few, but you know, that the feminine is starting to awaken to or accept within herself or explore without shame or guilt, releasing any of that. Again, that's an emotional need, the moon. So it's really beautiful because at the bottom of the deck here we have the Two of Swords. So she really is trusting in her faith, trusting in her movement, trusting in, you know, her her decisions are by faith, not by sight. The blindfold is awakening and heightening her other senses. And she may not be able to see with her human eyes, but she's feeling with her third eye, and she's being guided by spirit. Really beautiful. So it is actually very beautiful, even though it's intense of feelings. This is a really beautiful energy for the feminine. Understanding that the love that she wants to bring to the world, the love she wants to feel from the world, the love she wants to receive, all starts with that reflection, that inner connection with her intimate relationship with divine. And it's been a quite a journey for her to get there. But this new moon is very supportive of that. So let yourself feel what you need to feel, because that's the light and the shadows to get here, okay? The masculine here came out with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups together, which is pretty adorable because I see the Page of Cups. There's a this, you know, again, this read was very much, there's a lot of strong cups here, very much around our relationships. And again, if it doesn't resonate with you, if you're not dealing with in a romantic relationship, or this could be a family ship, you know, it could be a friendship, it could be, you know, something that is emotionally connected to you, but you'll see why it definitely does have a lot of history and a lot of energy around our partnerships, because that's just Libra energy here. But the masculine is in this Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, meaning he might be feeling like he doesn't really have a lot of love to give. Maybe he feels like the love he does have to give isn't good enough. Maybe he feels like the love that he has is immature because he doesn't really know. He doesn't really know how. Maybe he feels like he's never really been taught how to give more than just kind of shallow love. But we have this Ace of Cups behind him, which means though he might feel like all he has is this little lousy, measly little chalice with a fish in it, Pisces energy, He has divine love behind him, which means you can do all things with divine love, who guides you, who overflows your cup. That's why this T formation says live fully. And your gratitude will lead to love. Gratitude leads to love. Because this is what the masculine is understanding, is that the more he's grateful for the love that he does have, right? Love where you're at. That's the theme of this read here. The more he has gratitude for the love he does have, the more he can encounter and receive that love, the more he attracts that love to be grateful for. So it's really beautiful. These are the first two cards that come out to show that no matter how small his cup and chalice might seem, he has this beautiful divine cup with him, behind him, activated by this divine love. Interesting that the three of pentacles just fell out and went into reverse. But to clarify, if those two cups, or if those two cards, the hangman and the three of pentacles came out. And that just is to explain a little bit more that that he is going within to try to look at life, look trying to shift his perspective of love, of relationships. And that's why he has this three of pentacles where he is seeking counsel. He's asking for advice, asking for opinions, asking for help, clarity, counsel, because he does want to shift his perspective. That's why we have the second T formation. It came out twice, the same one, that the plants have enough spirit to transform our limited vision. Same thing that we put over on the High Priestess, because they both are about expanding your paradigm, expanding your perspective, shifting your perspective. And one of the things I was thinking about with this hangman is how, he literally hangs himself upside down from a tree so that he can see the world upside down. Literally, how that can change the shift of the way he sees the world. But, I also am thinking about how when you hang upside down, the blood rushes to your head, right? And maybe that is something that the masculine needs to do to rush, to shift his blood flow. Maybe his blood flow has been flowing to different parts of his body that he needs to shift out of. Maybe it needs to move from the sacral up to the heart, to his throat, to his third eye, to his crown. That's why his crown is enlightened, because he's starting to awaken to different perspectives of the world. And that's because he's asking for help to do so. He's trying to understand. He's trying to understand how he can navigate this divine love that's been activated within him when he only has such a small when he only knows how to love such a little way. So it is beautiful that the masculine is trying. We have the Seven of Wands here in reverse. So he might have felt that he hasn't been able to stand in his truth. Maybe he's doubted this love. Maybe he's doubted himself and his own power because of all of the external distractions and opinions and doubts and fears that other people place on him. But he's working on himself, on building that confidence with the Queen of Wands. He's working on, even on the like the physical side, he's working on having, building his own strength. Maybe he's trying to go to the gym and eat healthy and, take care of his self, his body, right? And again, this is the masculine within us all as well, regardless of gender. So maybe we are trying to, build that confidence within ourselves. This Queen of Wands is very about being confident, being sexy, and not caring what other people think because we love ourselves. And I'm hearing that a feminine energy in the masculine space is encouraging and inspiring him to do so as well. The T formation that came here is, was it this one? No, this is supposed to be for the Three of Wands. Just kidding. So, speaking of the Three of Wands, the T formation with the Three of Wands was there is pleasure in the pathless woods by Lord Byron, because he is waiting for his ships to come in. See those ships down there? He's waiting for his ships to come in. He's trusting that they are. The more he works on himself, the more his ships will continue to arrive. And at this point, there's again, it's that waiting game where while you're waiting, Spirit is working, Divine is working. Because they're so close, but so far away. You can see them, you smell them, you can almost touch them, but you still just have to wait and to allow for them to make their way onto land, right? I'm hearing the ships that he set out are coming back like a boomerang, right? And I'm hearing it as like love is a boomerang, right? Sometimes you do have to let it go. Sometimes you have to put it out there. You have to release it to spirit. You have to surrender so you can trust that it will come back. And that's why it's important to find pleasure even when you cannot see the path ahead of you. The path is wide open even if you can't see it, is what I'm hearing. That's what the Three of Wands is about. The path is wide open. See, we have a ton of cups up here, and then we have a ton of wands down here. The the 10 of wands closing out. This is what masculine is needs to complete, is the weight of the world, is the weight of the burdens, the responsibilities that he has. Perhaps that's what has prevented him from being able to really show up fully for his own heart, because he's been carrying the weight and he's been carrying the burden and the responsibilities for everyone else's happiness. And again, that's what we're releasing, that codependent nature between relationships. You're not responsible for anyone else's happiness, and they're not responsible for yours. But, masculine energy has always been what? The provider, the protector. If they can't provide, then they're not a man, or if they can't provide, then they're not, you know, a masculine. And even again, within feminine, divine feminines, with the masculine energy within themselves, it's been distorted, believing that we don't need a man, we don't need a partner, we don't need a spouse, we can do it all on our own. And the overly independence has held kept us burdened down, bogged down. The overly independence has held our pride, but it's exhausting. Maybe for some of you, some of the masculine energies, for this masculine energy, and it may only resonate with a few, but might be a single parent carrying all the weight. That's why the T formation says your breath fills you with energy anywhere and any time you need it. Because sometimes when we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders, we need to just breathe and release, right? Nirvana is the exhale, and it's time. This is the last bit. This is the last bit of what the masculine needs to do, is release this weight, this burden, because he's coming to a completion. He's almost there. And what he doesn't see coming at the bottom of the deck is that it is maturing. It's maturing his emotions. He went from the page to the King of Cups. So he's learning how to navigate the emotional storms that surround him. He's trying to protect himself, protect his energy, so he doesn't get engulfed in this big storm around him. He might be feeling like, oh, I'm just on this slab of cement, overdressed for a swim, but he's doing his best to stay afloat. Because underneath that, what we did discover in Tea+Tarot is that, hold on, let me change. What happened? Oh man, I didn't put it back to the right way, but that's okay. So underneath that, it was the Knight of Cups with the King of Cups, with the Page of Cups. So do you see the growth here from Page to the Knight and the King? That's maturity. So there is an offering that we don't see coming as he is maturing. An offering of love, an offering of romance, and the stability that he is tapping into with the King of Pentacles. So now we have a lot of kings here, from the page here coming out, showing up, but what we don't see is he is maturing into king, because he sees that this Empress is worth it, is what I'm hearing. You know, we have the Six of Pentacles, or the Six of Cups underneath that. Let me just show these because this was really profound. So we have the six of Cups underneath that. So for some of you, this may be a childhood love that is now, growing up, maturing. You're now, adults, kings and empresses. But even as children, that cup was still an offer. This could also be past life love. Your souls have gone through many lifetimes together. Perhaps in a past life you were an empress or a king. But he's never put away. He's never set down that cup. He's never set down that cup since he was just a wee lad. He's been holding it, and he will hold it, is what I'm hearing. Because why? Because this is a divine love with this Ace of Cups. Because this is a cup that Spirit has been holding on to, onto your soul. It's a soul love. So really beautiful. That's what this new moon is about, is how to mature, how to learn how to show up differently in your relationships this time around, right? Because look, we have the collective showing the Two of Cups wanted to show. That's partnership, that's equal partnership, right? That is balanced partnership. And the Ace of Swords is divine clarity. So this collective is coming into divine clarity. It's coming into a major clarity about how to show up equally in this partnership. And they're trusting in the divine intervention. Again, that trusting that spirit, that God will come through. But first, what was no what what is not working, what is not serving the relationship has to be cut out. 10 of swords, 10, 10, 10 of wands, 10 of swords. There is a completion. It has to come to an end of what's no longer working. It could be again, that distorted masculine feminine codependency. It could be toxic habits, addictions. It could be, that playboy, playgirl, trying, non monogamous or non committed kind of mindset or mentality that they try to go through, that they try to, abide by. And this society is very much geared more towards casual dating nowadays, right? Because the commitment part, we're learning what is commitment really. That's why here the world card is shattering the old world. This is the shell. We're breaking out of this shell of codependent, of non-committal, of not understanding what loyalty actually means. We're finally cutting and breaking free from this idea of, you know, my happiness is based on what you do for me, right? And your happiness is my responsibility. Instead, we're coming into this new world of balance, this new world of equality. And the Six of Cups here coming up again. So the collective, once again, it may be a lifelong commitment. It may have been a soul commitment. It may have been a past life commitment. I'm hearing the karmas from this past life are coming to an end. The karmas from this past life are also playing itself out, which is also part of your soul contract. Karma is not bad. There may be some parts that do need to come to an end that don't feel good, but there are also parts of the karma that your soul was contracted for. And that is this partnership. Maybe in a past life you weren't allowed to be together for some one reason or another. Maybe it was religious differences, maybe it was class, or you know um, race. Maybe that's something that you're still opposing, or having a lot of opposition about, that you have to still break that cycle from. Divine love is not simple. That's not what Spirit wants me to say. Divine love is simple, but it's not easy. It's simple to love, it's simple to follow your heart, but it's not easy because of all of the opposition that we've been burdened with. But that's what we're breaking out of as a collective, which is really beautiful. Because the bottom of the deck we don't see here is that there is a decision coming, a final decision, the King of Swords. My throat starts to tickle on that with this blue. So the throat chakra here, again, that's clearing so that we can speak our truth, speak our choice, choose our decision. And what I love about this over here is that the bottom of the deck I'm just going to show is another Ace of Swords. So we have the Ace of Swords twice here, which means Spirit is also, not only are we trusting as a collective in Divine's timing and clarity, but Spirit is also reminding us, confirming that we are divinely protected and clarity is being supported for us. Intervention, divine intervention, divine will intervene. But that doesn't mean don't do what you need to do. As you're doing what you need to do, right? While we are waiting and working on ourself, our inner child. Six of Cups can also indicate inner child healing, familial healing. While we're going within, seeking counsel, while we're tapping into our intuitive light and shadow and spiritual development and spiritual connection, Spirit is also working. We have the Emperor, that Spirit comes out, and the King of Cups, which is really beautiful. A lot of masculine energy here. That's why I was saying earlier that this, this Libra new moon, the eclipse is balancing the masculine energy, clearing its distortion so that it can show up with the High Priestess energy. You see, with the High Priestess, and what I love about the Emperor and the High Priestess here is that the Emperor is the divine masculine card, right? The It's the new divine masculine card. The High Priestess is the original divine feminine card. It used to, and then the Hierophant is the original divine masculine. But what I'm loving as a pair, Spirit is saying a new divine masculine is awakening. One that is more healed, one that is more balanced, one that is more in tune with its spiritual and even feminine side. And that way they can connect on a soul level, because the High Priestess is an old wise soul. So now they can have, a more open-minded, broad perspective, conversational, and conscious, loving communication. The Hierophant is more of a traditional masculine, right? And so that's why I love that the Emperor's out here as this beautiful divine pair, feminine and masculine pair. Really beautiful. We're awakening to our divine feminine masculine, healthy, balanced state. So that for those who are seeking conscious love, divine love, you can learn how to show up in that your highest state of mind. But we do have to clear out what is not serving, what is not working. And the King of Cups here, again, building that mature emotional maturity, even if you are up to your waist in emotions. But there's that Two of Cups he's balancing. His heart chakra activated, ignited. understanding how to bring the love above down below, and the protection over this love with the Emperor card. Spirit says you are protected. You are protected. Just keep seeking clarity in your truth, in me. Right? Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Don't worry about who's going to be there. Don't worry. Trust in your unique gifts, says Lemuria. Number 55, an ascendant master number of radical expansion. Your truth will set you into radical expansion. Your truth will radically expand you. 5, 5. 5 plus 5 equals 10, again, with that completion. And the T formation with it says, know that you are a child of the universe. You might think that you're, a weirdo, right? What's that song? I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. That's all I know. You might think that you're an alien for, trusting in this divine love. You might feel like you're an alien for having faith where others may not have faith, where others may tell you to let it go, where others may tell you to, pick another fish or, you know, stop waiting because you're crazy for doing so. But faith is a unique gift to have. To have the faith in your soul, in your spirit, in your heart is a unique gift. And you see, the heart is ignited with this orange kind of sun. Your sacral of creativity, of pleasure. You are worthy of pleasure. Your unique gift is recognizing that you are worthy of pleasure. So many people in this world don't believe that they're worthy of love, that they're worthy of happiness, true happiness, pure love. So, Spirit says, don't take anything personally, and that'll transform your life. Just because other people have their own opinions doesn't mean that it's for you to believe. Let me see if you can read this with the glare. When you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take anything personally. Right? So don't take what other people and their opinion personally. Don't take tradition and old school habits and beliefs personally. Don't take your parents or grandparents, outdated, obsolete, you know, I'm just hearing traditions. If your community believes that you have to be with a certain kind of person, that's their opinion. Don't take it personally. Don't take their fears personally. Don't take where the feminine is going through personally. If she's going within herself so she can reflect, so she can heal, so she can love, so she can see the soul that the one soul that you are together, right? Don't take it personally if the masculine is going within as well. Going quiet so that they can reflect. You know, they both, they are the mirror to each other. That's what I was looking for. This is moving in silence. People can't, this is inside jobs, right? Internal work, energy work, energy healing. You may not see much of a shift on the outside until you start seeing the shift with the Queen of Wands of, you start glowing up. Your skin starts being clearer and radiant and glowy because you're drinking more water and your cells are transforming on an energetic level, but that all starts from the inside first. So some people may not see that, but your divine counterpart may not be able to see it at first. You may not be able to see it within your divine counterpart, but just know that there is work happening. There's my alarm. And the song that came on, While We're Young by Janae Aiko. Baby, while we're young, I think we should do something crazy. Let's say fuck everyone, right? Look, communicate with clarity. Don't make assumptions. This is a longer recap because it goes into some depths, but that's our final step that we can take. Spirit wants you to say, don't make assumptions and communicate with clarity. That's how this will shift and transform your relationships. When you communicate with clarity, not with emotional baggage, not with codependent tactics, not with the primitive fight, flight, freeze, or appease responses, with clarity. That's why you have the Ace of Swords out here twice, so you can have that divine clarity. You have so much protection over you, over this. So trust that you're growing and that this is beautiful and that you are doing everything that you need to be doing. Because, what do we say? While you are waiting, God is working. I hope this helps. And if this resonates with you, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888. Hit that notification bell if you'd like to know whenever I am going live or posting. If you'd like to book a personal reading, today is the last day of September, y'all. So I have one more day of the my September promo where your first booking or reading will be complimentary 3-card mini read. And if you'd like to purchase a full tea and tarot soul session where you get a 1-ounce loose leaf tea from my FemRems apothecary, you can also message me. You can email me. My email's in the description box below, femrems811@gmail.com, or you can find me on my social media, TikTok or Instagram, Princess Leah 888, and you can message me there. But until next time, my beautiful beloveds, I hope you stay well. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.